Hi there, I'm just reading through the comments that the videos I posted last night attracted, and I'm glad to see there's a bit of conversation being stimulated now. All comments are welcome, including those that call me a minion of the Lake of Fire. Those are my favourites. But there was one particular comment that I read which I believe is of the utmost importance, and that's on the issue of historical context. Now, Robby Young posted this comment which I'm about to read for you, and I'm going to read it because it's so important, and I wouldn't want anyone to miss this because I think it's so important. Okay, I'll just begin. First, how in the world can you read historical literature, conversations between parties, and dilute its full application to those respective parties? You or we may learn from the experience, but make no mistake, we are not part of the historical account. I sure hope you can appreciate this and prayerfully see these exchanges for what they are, written testimonies of the actions in the first century. For example, let's get the context of 1 Corinthians 7. In verse 1, Paul is answering questions the Corinthians wrote to him, and concerning the things which ye wrote to me, good it is for a man not to touch a woman. The ye is the Corinthians, and the me is Paul. Remember, Paul is giving the Corinthians instructions to prepare themselves for the coming judgment and persecution in 64 AD by Nero. It was then 57 AD when writing 1 Corinthians, only 7 years away. And that's why Paul says in verse 29, "But I say, brethren, the time has been shortened." And verse 31, "For the form of this world is passing away." The destruction happened. Many people lost their lives during this time. You are not reading the Bible in its historical context to appreciate the instructions given by Paul to the intended audience, the Corinthians. Therefore, the time is not coming for us, as verse 29 states, so that from now on those who have wives should be as though they had none. I mean, come on. You clearly know how to read a letter that's not addressed to you, right? Only a crazy person would inject themselves in it as the recipient of someone else's mail. Did you write to Paul to ask him questions? No. Were you mentioned in his letter? No. How old is the letter? Close to 2,000 years. Were you alive during this time to take heed of the warnings? No! The time text is crucial. The audience relevance question is critical. And this is the only sane way to read any piece of literature. Be mindful of the time and the audience. God bless.